So, today we are going to discuss the poem Rise by Chemmanam Chako. So, Chemmanam Chako is an Indian satirical poet from Kerala. So, he often paints a very sharp critique of the Kerala society. He got 2 Kerala Sahitya Academy Awards and he is often compared to Kunjan Nambiar for his achievements. Now, I'm going to read this poem. This is a very simple poem, but the relevance of it we will understand only at the end of the poem. Okay, so let's go through it. So basically, what we see here are like he was doing research in North India. So he is coming home after 4 years, and the changes that he sees. So on his journey back, what all are the things that he is expecting? What is he expecting and what he sees? That is the content. That is the way how this poem is structured. So let us see the poem. I come home at the end of 4 years of research. After 4 years of research, I am coming back home. In North India, having earned a doctoral degree. So 4 years he was in North India and he got a PhD. And generous praise for my work on making toys with husk. The research that he did was how to make toys with the rice husk. Bored with eating chapatis day after day. He is tired, he is fed up of eating chapatis. North India, it will be always chapatis. I am eager to eat a meal of atikida rice. From the rice that they sow. Okay, in their own field, rice from their own field, atikida rice. It will be planting season when I get there. When I get there, they will be planting the paddy saplings. And my father, his handloom dhoti stained with yellow mud. When I reach there, my father will be with his handloom dhoti, which will be smeared by mud because he is working in the paddy fields. Excited about the waters of Varanganal Canal, so he will be very much happy about the irrigation and all. Will greet me from the fields below our house. He will be seeing me first, me coming, and he will greet me from the fields amidst the shouts of ploughing with several oxen. So the ploughing is always like a very noisy act where so many people are working there and all the howling sounds and all will be there. So he says that amidst the ploughing sound, my father will be roaring up and asking me. The oxen will stop when they see me walking with my suitcase, and my father, without smiling the smile, slowly forming his lips. My father is a serious person. He is smiling, but then he will pretend he is not smiling, and they will stop and they will talk to me. Will call from the field, and when did you start from there? My father would ask, when did you start from North India? My little brother carrying the tender saplings. My little brother will be carrying the tender saplings of paddy to be planted in the field where the ploughing is done. So when the ploughing is done, they will plant the saplings of paddy. Will run when he sees me and call out loud within earshot of the house, Mother, brothers are arrived. So he will be like roaring, he'll be running towards me, he'll be so excited, and he will tell my mother, he will call out to my mother and tell her that I have arrived. Walking cautiously along the dike so as not to upset the basket full of seeds. There will be basket full of seeds because the harvest will be done. So there will be basket full of seeds. So I have to walk through the dike, a particular passage, in between the paddy fields. I have to walk through that dike very cautiously. I will reach home in good time at last, just as my mother drains the well-cooked rice. Probably when I reach there, mother will be like draining the rice, separating the rice from rice soup. Oh train, will you run a little faster? Oh my dear train, please run faster. Let me get home quickly and eat my fill. I am so eager to eat atikida rice. Let me get home and eat atikida rice. The bus stops on the road across from the house. So the bus stops on the road across from the house, like near the house. When I left this place, palm-thatched houses could be seen. So as he is reaching, he is seeing the differences. Before, the area where there were palm-thatched houses. Palm thatched house means like houses that are the roofing is with palm leaves. Okay, in the distance on the right, but now there is nothing. Those houses are no more there except for trees. Those houses are replaced by rubber plantations. How the place has changed. The place has changed completely. Rubber plants twice my height. Rubber plant is twice my height. That means when I left itself, they must have changed all this. Now that in rows around me on the ridge, now along the low narrow hilltop, there are so many rubber plantations planted in rows, and the rubber plants have grown twice as height as me, where Modhan and Vellaran used to be sown. These were the fields where Modhan and Vellaran and all were being sown. The seeds were being sown. And confused my path as I walked home. When I walked home, it didn't feel familiar to me. I was confused whether I took a wrong path. There is no bustle of men below, no shouts of ploughing, and when I looked, the whole field is planted over with arecanut palms. I thought there will be some noise of plowing and everything. That is what I was expecting. I was expecting my father to talk to me and my brother to run with paddy fields, paddy saplings. But the entire field is replaced by arecanut trees. Arecanut trees are like adaka, kavungu. And in the corner along the canal stand the dealwood trees. Near the canal, there are dealwood trees like teak and all, which woods that gives more money. I entered the house beyond the southern wing, my father watching them fix up the machine. Now, my father is no more plowing. My father is actually fixing the rubber machine to make the rubber sheet uh, out of the rubber. For making rubber sheets. How happy and contented the look on his face. He is not bothered about losing paddy fields. He is so happy with the rubber plantation, with the rubber sheet. He is earning more money. My father says with obvious pride, "Son, we have stopped working on all the rice. It was quite inconvenient. The farmer gained nothing. Only fools turn to rice farming for gain." Oh, my son, we stopped rice farming. There was no gain. Only fools will plant rice. This is better money. What good times. Now we are having a very good time. We are getting better money. The government gives rice to those who don't have paddy fields. See, if we are not having paddy fields, they will give us rice. The government will give us ration. My little brother runs to me, I eager to have a full meal of Atikira rice. I was so eager to have rice made from our own paddy fields. Instead of carrying the saplings of paddy, my brother is carrying ration for the household, which is given by government. He trips over something and scatters the wheat all over the yard. So he falls down, and then all the wheat falls down. Above us, a ship of sky roars. No. So above, an aeroplane is passing, drowning my brother's loud cries. So this aeroplane, the roaring sound of the aeroplane replaces the cries of brother for tripping down the wheat. The chief minister off like an arrow to the center to clamor for more grains, now flying high. Just like how fast an arrow is moving, chief minister is moving in the aeroplane so fast like an arrow. Why he is going? He is going to request to the center to give more rice. Stopping the rice plantation here, he is now requesting the center to give more rice. Above the cash crops now growing tall like the trees. Now he is going in the aeroplane above all these cash crops, arecanut trees, dealwood trees, etc., rubber, etc. Since no one here promotes the farming of rice, since nobody is promoting farming of rice, now the question that our poet Chemmanam Chako has is that, can we get some husk from the center to make toys with it? I don't know. Now his entire research was on how to make toy from husk. Now he is asking, okay, the sender is providing rice. Can the sender provide the husk too for making the rice? Husk means and so to make toys, then he's saying, I don't know. So that's a very sheer sarcasm at the end. Okay, so what we see here, his expectations of events that may happen when he is coming back home after 4 years. 4 years of research. He researched on how toys can be made from husk. The theme is that, you can note down this theme, the plight of the farmers who have been forced to grow cash crops instead of food crops for the reason of profit. What are the changes that are seen? Palm thatch houses are gone and instead rubber plantations are done. There are no fields, no sound of people plowing. Instead, in the fields, they have planted areca trees, and along with the canal, they have dealwood trees. So these are the changes. So cash crops. Cash crops are all these trees and all which gives cash, like from which we can get more profit. Food crops, instead of food crops, now everybody is growing cash crops because they are, it is said, forced to. So people are forced to do it because, like, when nobody buys your rice, and when the center is when the government is buying rice from the center, what can people do? The people, those who are growing paddy fields, their rice will not get sold because the government is taking it from center. So these are some of the pathetic situations of farmers, especially those people who are cultivating rice. So that is the poem rice. I hope you understood. Okay, thank you.